Lenovo has been making some really solid laptops in the past few years, especially in their Legion lineup. I've been using the Legion 5 Pro 2021 edition as my main PC for the past 2 years. And I have some updates and observations which may be the case for newer Lenovo laptops too. Let's get the obvious out of the way first. How's the performance? Has it held up? Is it good enough? Yes, it is. I mainly bought this to be my video editing workstation and it has absolutely done a good job. It can handle 4K videos, no problems, and it can export at a 1:1 minute to time ratio. Like it can export a 5-minute 4K video timeline in 5 minutes. And to be clear, the model I'm using has the Ryzen 7 5800H with RTX 3060. The 3060 is still a very capable GPU. It can easily handle many graphical workloads. I've heard that compared to newer versions, the 2021 edition has better battery life. Gaming laptops aren't known for their battery lives. In fact, this one on a full charge pretty much only lasts just over 2 hours maybe. And I've actually been using it with battery conservation mode on all the time, so it never went above 60%. That's because when I'm using it, I always keep it plugged in, so to maintain battery's health, I kept that setting enabled. I recommend you do the same if you use your laptop for extended time, mostly as a desktop. And besides, you have to plug in to access the maximum wattage on that GPU anyways. I think this 3060 has 145 watts TGP. That was like higher than most other counterparts of this laptop. It's one of the biggest reasons why I went with this. But it's not perfect. There are downsides. Firstly, I've noticed this weird issue where the display doesn't wake up fast enough. It has to be a Windows problem, I guess, right? It has been running Windows 11 since I got it, and it can't be a hardware issue because it has an NVMe SSD which is blazing fast. If anyone else is using similar machines or the newer Legion machines, are you facing something similar? Let me know. Also, the keyboard's backlight doesn't get as dim as I like. It's still a little bit too bright to be used in like pitch black environments. I assume you're gonna use keyboard's backlight when it's dark, so having it too bright for your eyes is not really that great. It does look good on camera, but when you're using it, it's not the most pleasant experience. The plastic around the trackpad area where I usually keep my wrists, it has permanently discolored and it doesn't go away. And that's mainly because this laptop does run kind of hot when you're using it for heavy things, like video editing, the things that I do. And when the laptop surface is hot, your palm will kind of get sweaty, right? So that's why this thing has discolored. I did not expect that to happen on a machine of this price. I know in the gaming laptop market, these are considered as mid-tier options, but for the same price, you can get a MacBook, and you know how good the build quality of a MacBook is, right? Now, I don't like Apple, so I never would have bought a MacBook anyways, but I'm just telling you a point that there are laptops without GPUs with exceptional build quality at this price. The only reason why I bought this, as I mentioned, is because I needed its horsepower. I needed that GPU performance, but I would have wished the build quality to be a bit more long lasting. Obviously the laptop is fine, but I just don't like looking at it anymore. It looks ugly. This thing is a weird combination of premium and not so premium materials. The back panels are both made of metal, the hinges are super sturdy and they pass the one hand opening test. Also, for this price I would have wished there were some other features like a biometric unlock. This laptop doesn't have Windows Hello or any kind of a fingerprint unlock mechanism. Even budget laptops nowadays have it. Really, Lenovo, did you have to do cost cutting there? I do like the extra privacy features that it has, like a physical switch to disconnect the webcam. It has a mux switch, so you can switch between the RTX 3060 or the integrated GPU. So that's kind of cool. I haven't seen a lot of other laptops in this range with that feature, but Nvidia being Nvidia has caused me some driver issues throughout the time. I've mostly used this with studio drivers, but I have noticed sometimes that Premiere Pro crashes. I don't really know whose fault it is. Premiere crashes on pretty much any machine. It's famous for that. But I've also faced like a system-wide Windows crash with a weird green screen of death. I didn't think those existed. I only thought we had BSODs, blue screens of death. But the past few months have been fine. Nice and stable, no issues. I understand most of these are software-related bugs. They are not really caused by the device. And all things considered, I still like using this. The trackpad is excellent. The keyboard is good enough to use. I love the I/O ports on the back. It keeps the sides clutter-free free, and the stereo speakers are phenomenal, and I really mean that. They're fantastic. This laptop is the reason why I gave away my desk speaker, because I don't need it. So yes, overall that was an update. If you want to buy this thing in 2023 as well, you can. Like I mentioned, the performance is good enough, and you can upgrade the RAM too. In fact, I am going to upgrade the RAM on this thing. Currently I'm still using it in the stock 16GB configuration. I believe this thing can take 32, maybe even 64. Some people have experimented. I'll check it out. The only thing you have to watch out for is that the plastic doesn't age well. I do not know if Lenovo has upgraded these in the newer versions. I haven't seen them, but I just thought you should know about this in case you're planning to get the older one, or if you're wondering how does a Legion laptop age. Everyone cares about the new and flashy things, but no one really talks about the actual day-to-day use. Like, how does it feel after using for 2 years? I'm here to tell you that. I think this was a good enough checkpoint. Let me know if you have any questions on this.